Yeah, just give me all of the respect. I use your reverence as a reward. They know that I got the power and they looking at me like the source. Take my throne, boy, stop that. I'm on my hill, can't top that. You take this L, yeah, rock that. You know, I never needed a cosign. Yeah, I'm gon' shine. I rock independent. Representing like I work for the Senate. You double LC, you ain't got no business coming against me. These haters, they acting so friendly. I stay attentive and I'm 10 toes and I'm heading them all.
What it do, Knicks Universe? What it do, Knicks Universe? What it do? KOD Nation, stand up. And all you DJs, wake up and get your coffee. Welcome to this Friday, January 6th episode of the Yankees Morning Brew. We got a little stuck right there because I was muted at the beginning when I come through with my little saying.
Amateur hour.
I'm chilling with my bro Jiggaman Porto. Shout out to the chat. Oh, I got confused here, right? Because once I saw Pete chat, I was about to say, welcome to a fine episode of the Yankees Morning Brew. I got confused there.
I was like, what time is it? Get yanked. Get yanked. I switched so quick.
Shout out to NYY News TV. Shout out to my guy, Pete Seminetti. Guys, tune in 4 p.m. NYY News TV. You will see Get Yanked. New episode of the new year. Blood of the Panthers in the building. Blood, I see you. Chris Joseph is in the building. And, of course, the Smoking Nick is already like, drop the link.
Woo!
Drop
20
the link.
seconds in.
SK, what a good. What a good.
No, Pete, you didn't mess
never that. You can never mess anything up, brother. Never mess anything up, brother.
Yeah, technically, Pete, it was like a calendar invite. You just reminded me I have a show this afternoon.
Yeah, basically what it was. It was a Google invite.
Yeah.
But also, too, before we jump head deep into like the last game against the Spurs, hold on. I got to raise my mic. Hopefully this is not making noise. Knicks fans. Hold on. Wait, matter of fact, hold on. Knicks fans. What are we doing? Why hasn't Jalen Brunson, right, and Julius Randle been voted for the All-Star game? What are we doing? Knicks fans, what are we doing? You got Derrick Rose. I love Derrick Rose. I'm not trying to violate Derrick Rose whatsoever. But what are we doing that Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson don't get voted for the All-Star game? Jigga, come on, bro. While I try to fix my mic. Come on.
Yeah, you fix the mic. It's what I don't understand about our fan base, bro, and nothing in a negative light. But my thing is, we all have no problem jumping in and filling up like 4 different Twitter spaces with hundreds of people.
Facts.
We have no problem attacking any take you don't like on Twitter. I see y'all making sure you comment. Oh, horrible update.
Facts.
You can't take 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, like a minute, to just log into the site and say, you know what? I'm gonna get this guy in. The guy that you wanted to trade just 2 weeks ago, who's been killing it for us, one of the top players in the league this league. Regardless, forget what's on the jersey. You should still want to vote for this man in the game. What are you doing? And then
what are we doing?
And nothing against D Rose at all. We all love D Rose, right?
Yeah.
But D Rose is D Rose. But what has D Rose done? This is what pisses me off about All-Star voting, Heck, is I guarantee you most of those D Rose votes, they're from Chicago people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they voted for their boy. They love him. Because there's no reason why our fan base should be voting D Rose, and he hasn't done anything for us this season, right? Just facts are facts. So it pisses me off that it's never about the actual gameplay of your stars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go vote, people.
It's like Chris Joseph just said, voting every day. Votes are times 3 today. Get your Brunson votes in. Absolutely. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Listen, if you got to make yourself up a fake Google Gmail account so you can vote twice, go ahead and vote twice. What are you doing?
This is not financial advice. I just put that there so we don't get flagged on YouTube. Go create fake accounts.
This is not financial advice or whatever. Shout out to SK. SK, listen, the open panel will come later on. Don't worry, SK. You'll be able to
you're gonna come shine today.
Yeah, you'll be able to speak your piece, my brother. Salute to my guy SK. Shout out to my guy, the Smoking Nick. And hold on, wait.
I can do it right now, Heck. I can do it real quick before you say that. I can tell you exactly how it's going to go with SK.
Go ahead, brother.
I told y'all, Randle, and then he going to bounce. That's it. SK, I know how them Randle vibes are, bro.
What I was going to say is for the people that are in the chat, for the people that are watching this, if you aren't subscribed to the Smoking Nick, what are you doing? My man SK normally handles the late night affairs when it comes to this Knicks conversations. He normally is on 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. That may be a little bit too late for my old self, but make sure you tune into the Smoking Nick. Support my guy, Smoking Nick XK. That's my guy over there. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, Kenny Payne is in the building. Kenny Payne.
Kenny?
These platforms not doing enough to push the Randle vote. I voted already today. Did you? Listen, Kenny, I already voted. I voted last week, brother. But for those out there that haven't casted your vote, make sure you go and cast your vote, bro, for both Brunson and our guy Randle. On the last episode, we said that Julius Randle, the stats for December, his stats for December was the most points he scored in a game for a month in his career.
Yeah, bro,
come on, go ahead, bro.
Regardless of your feelings, again, take a step back, fan base. Take a step back, and look at and tell yourself, okay, you know what? I'm gonna look at my team. Who deserves to say that they've done a great job for us so far this season? Who steps up? How do you not sit there? Like, how can you not find the power to hit that Randle button? I'm sorry, it doesn't make any sense, bro.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. This fan base
really doesn't.
Turn it around. I mean, when we were getting national attention. That what's up with our fan base. When you're getting all these other podcasts from other shows that are not Knicks fans talking about what is our Knicks fan base doing, come on. This should be one of those times we all unite.
Some of y'all voted for Bargnani and not Randle. Yo, that's hilarious. And I agreed with Pudge Nice, right? If you look at both players, Brunson and Randle, right, with the stats that they have put together and compiled so far for the season, Randle is more of an all-star when it comes to his stats than Jalen Brunson is, right? I love Jalen Brunson and how he's leading the team, but when you look from a stats comparison, Randle definitely is an all-star and deserves to be an all-star. This is the second best career that he's had since his all-star season. He's having a bounce-back season here with the Knicks, year 4, second year after the extension. I think a lot of Knicks fans they still hurt from last year, and I get it. I understand it was too much pressure put on top of him. But yes, let it go. Let it go. You got to understand right here, Friday, January 6th at 11:01 a.m. We are over 500. If the season was to stop today, we'll be in the playoffs, and none of that will be happening if Julius Randle wasn't on this team to start the season. None of that would have been happening. The start to the season that we're having right now is a better start to the season than a couple of years ago when we actually made the playoffs. Shout out to my man Joe from the shift. Joe, what it do? He said, good morning, guys. Big Knick fans here. That's why I love my guy. Randle is playing so well. He should be getting votes. He's an all-star, in my opinion. 100%. Listen, Knick fans out there.
Yo, Heck, real quick. I got Joe.
Go ahead, baby.
Joe, I got to tell you, man. I watched the Yankees Brew yesterday. I left that episode a little jealous because the way he has this voice, I wish I had that. All right, I wish I could do it, Joe. Joe's voice when he gets passionate about the Yankees is. I wish I had that, bro. Could you imagine right now? Hey, Joe, with your permission in the chat, can I use the shift voice for a second? Well, I'll wait till he answers in the chat. Go ahead.
What I was going to say is, listen, Knicks fans, if you're out there, if you're big into Yankee content, right, you know, I know you already follow me on the Yankees Morning Brew. You're already tuned into NYY News TV, but please make sure you follow my man Joe from the shift, because literally right after the Yankees Morning Brew was over, 15 minutes later, he was already dropping a video on his channel talking about the Omar Minaya news, right? So please make sure you follow and support my bro Joe from The Shift. You definitely will be seeing a lot more from Joe on the channel, different team ups. Let's go. He said, oh my gosh, thanks, brother.
He said, I can go ahead and use it. Listen, I'm going to give you guys the Shift voice. What are you doing, Knicks fans? Get in there and vote. We got players that need to get. You're frustrating me. How'd I do, Joe?
You're missing the vein popping out of your forehead, bro. You missing. Yeah, there you go. Draw it in. Shout out to my man Jacob Petruzzi is in the chat. Now that Pete corrected me, I will never forget Jacob's last name. The Petruzzi monster.
Yo, so you know what? Oh, what up, Con-Man in the chat?
19 Con-Man is in the building. Con-Man's another one that I be seeing him in all different type of chats. But shout out to my bro 19 Con-Man as well. Make sure you get your votes in. We can't say this much more. We can't emphasize how much importance this is. Get your votes in. He said, "Just sound like Democrats." Go. Listen, if you go and vote for Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, I'll give you free t-shirts, all right? I'll give you free merchandise, whatever you need to do. Pudge, that was hilarious. I needed that laugh this morning.
Yo, can we talk about the fact?
Hold on. The Mavs waive Kemba? Oh my God. Are we serious? I didn't get that news. That news break didn't hit my feed. But if they did, listen, Kemba, I hope you find some team out there to sign you for the rest of the season. The way that Kemba Walker has been disrespected, it's just it's a disgrace, bro. Honestly. Oh, man, we know, Pudge. It's all love, baby. It's all love, baby. I needed that laugh in the morning, baby. I needed that laugh for the morning, baby.
How about SK?
Randle for Presidente. Hey, let's do it, baby.
So I want to talk about, I know some of you in the chat, but man, we had our first actual watch along this week.
Fire.
Man, so much. I had such a good time, for it to be a small group for a test run, but for all of us to sit there, we were watching the game and the actual game itself, not just a box score, and all of us hanging out. Man, I had such a good time. We had Charlotte, Let's Talk Knicks. Bruce was
Knicks
there.
Recap.
The Knicks recap. Schmitty.
Ron showed up. Uncle Foxy showed up also in the first half. It was
Trippy
honestly,
was there. Like it was
Trippy was there from the Garden. Also, Trippy was in the Garden giving us the tour. But also too, shout out to Playback. Awesome app, dope app. Really recommended. We're definitely going to be using it for the Knicks games for the rest of the season. We'll let you guys know in advance.
Yeah, what's great is, guys, Playback, we partner with them now as content creators. It's a closed network right now, right? You have to be invited by Playback to have a base. So really excited for us here at Knicks Morning Brew and for KOD Media because, guys, I mean, we literally can schedule ones throughout the week. Like, I'm telling you right now, whether Hector and Phil are going to be there or not, Monday night, I'm ready to do watch along, bro.
Oh, I'm going to be there, bro.
Right, but here's what's crazy too.
Look, Blood of the Panther. You definitely got to try to make that watch along, brother.
Yeah, and what's great though is check this out. While we're doing our Knicks one, we'll have another room for our college football fans watching the Georgia game. So we are literally going to have watch alongs. You log in, put your provider in, you'll get entered into our room. Man, it's going to be the rest of the season is going to be fun, bro. Yeah, and more organized, it really right? Is. Not 50 people on stage. We're lining up guests. That will be, we're not going to tell who the special guests are for the watch alongs, but we're going to have different guests throughout every watch along. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know what else I want to talk about, Heck?
What's up, baby?
Can we drop some spoilers on some of our guests that we have?
I was just about to say the same thing. I think that's why we both got, telekinesis up here, telekinesis. But Pudge Nice, he says, congrats, fellas. It's lit. Our brother Phil Porto is in the building. Phil couldn't be up on stage with us right now because he's doing his daddy's duties. All right.
Because it's my nephew's birthday. Happy birthday, Jonah.
That's right. Happy birthday, Jonah. Happy birthday. And also, happy belated birthday. If you weren't watching the Yankees Morning Brew yesterday, but our little friend Halal just turned 13 yesterday. Shout out to our guy Halal. He does great work over at the Backstage Baseball, also being a contributor for the Yankees Morning Brew with the Halal Hot Takes. It's amazing. Shout out to our guy Halal.
Facts. So, Phil, make sure you clip that. If any video you're going to clip today, clip the one where I say happy birthday to my nephew and get that to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Thanks.
make sure.
All right, let's do spoilers. So, I'll start. So, guys,
go ahead, baby.
There'll be an alert coming out tomorrow with some of the dates. But man, we've lined up some amazing people this month, man. Mm-hmm. We've got Brett Siegel coming on.
Yes.
We've got Eddie Presti's coming on.
Mm-hmm.
We got Cash and Smooth coming in.
Yes, sir.
There's a certain Bill.
I think last name starts with a P also.
Oh, what is it? Bill Pito will be on the show with us. How you doing?
You guys know Bill Pito from doing the Knicks post games, pre games, everything at MSG. Bill Pito will be over here at the Knicks Morning Brew. I cannot wait for that one.
Yeah, and then we got Jacob Polachek. He's gonna hook up with us. I mean, we've got January's about to be crazy, bro. Like 2023 is taking off.
Oh yeah, and we still have that big announcement that we are waiting. We are waiting to announce, but he said we've got SK as well. Of course we got SK. Of course we got SK. There's no other show in this world besides the Smoking Nick where you will get my man SK dropping them gems, baby.
So yeah, excited, man. The start of this month is gonna be crazy. Appreciate you guys in the chat helping us grow and keeping things going.
That was funny.
I know
that was funny. We've got SK as well.
All right, man. Let's do a small recap on that Spurs game.
Yeah, before we put the link out there. When it comes to the Spurs game, that first quarter, gut punch, right? That we hit them in that first quarter, but after the first quarter, it got stagnant, right? And that lineup that went out there that disgusted all of us, where there was no offense. You had Hartenstein, Jericho Sims, God bless the both of them. You had Evan Fournier making crepes on the court, McBride, and then IQ. There was hardly any offense, if any offense. IQ was trying to do his best. It allowed San Antonio to get back in it. One, it's a young team. Two, it's a young team that's coached by Greg Popovich. So, Greg is not going to throw the white towel in, even if he gets gut punched in the first quarter, right? But it was a grind effort. It was a we have to fight type of effort. Jalen Brunson had a career high. Julius Randle, another phenomenal game. And also, too, his defense and the block. And the post.
The block.
When Julius Randle is engaged as a defender, he is a phenomenal defender when he is engaged. It's just when other teammates, when they fall off of their assignments, right? When they become lackadaisical, Julius Randle, he gets upset at them, and he has all rights to. Right? If we're out there, we're all playing team defense, you have to pick up your guy as well. And there was a couple of moments with Julius Randle. He got assertive with some teammates to pick it up. Isaiah Hartenstein at one point, Evan Fournier at another point from the wing. So give credit to Julius Randle from that point of the game when it comes to his leadership, but also Jalen Brunson, phenomenal game. Quentin Grimes, a phenomenal game as well. I'm giving this game, if I had to give the game ball, I'm giving it to Jalen Brunson for this one. But a close second is Julius Randle right behind him.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know we keep talking about the voting, but if after Julius ran back and made that block and showed you that he's also playing defense and you're still debating on if you should vote if that man's committed this season, you're crazy. You're crazy because he killed it. Okay. But also that Brunson boy, I was like, man, if he would have been able to go 2 more points, man, I was hoping for that 40 burger. But
Jay Boogie, 13,000 on that song and video, and the biggest and most loyal people, not the Knicks, but the fans. And we allowed the Brooklyn Nets, the Brooklyn fans to outvote us with their center. Same ones that don't hit that like didn't vote. Absolutely, Jay Boog. Shout out to Jay Boogie. Shout out to the Unk himself. Shout out to the man who coined the phrase salute, 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 3 capital S's to the dome, Uncle Boogie.
Facts. Bro, I mean, I know we keep going back to the votes because it's on the top of our mind, right? It's weird. But back to that game. Were you upset that it was so close? Like, honestly, like, what were your thoughts, Heck, during the game? Because I know you and I was text all night that game.
I was upset that it was close, especially after the first quarter. And it felt like they kept letting San Antonio back in. They just kept letting San Antonio. And in the watch along at this, the Knicks recap said it. He was like, if we lose this game, I'm gonna be so upset. And that's the feeling that I had after that first quarter. Once that second quarter started and they slowly started chipping away at that lead, it's the same feeling I had. It was, are we actually gonna lose this game? But we didn't. We were able to close it out good. Not having RJ Barrett in the starting lineup, the offense that RJ brings, it sticks out like a sore thumb, right? Even if he's averaging 15 to 20 points, those 15 to 20 points are well needed with this roster and this lineup.
Yeah, bro. So, and the reason I asked you about how your feelings were, we all got to hang out, we got to watch, right? We enjoyed it, but Chris Joseph, that wild lineup, right? Again, we went into that game that morning. We had a show, and I said, I'm paying attention to the coaching. I want to see what Tibbs does. And again, he failed the assignment to me, bro. Do you remember who it was? Where those 5 that were on the court that all of us were like, what? We were throwing stuff at the
It was Hartenstein, Sims, it was Evan Fournier, McBride, and IQ.
Yeah, SK, we did win.
And we did win. That's where we're going with the conversation. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
That was my point, is everybody's like, oh, I can't believe it was so close and this and that. We lost to them the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Why do people act like because they're young kids that they don't go in there thinking they can win? You tell me they didn't come into that game saying, yo, we beat these clowns last time, we can beat them again.
Exactly.
Any team comes in with that mentality ready to go. We've done it all season. We beat the teams we're supposed to. Great. But then when we don't, like that loss of the Spurs last time, that sucks. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we expected that game it was going to be either a blowout, was what I was hoping for from our guys, or option B was it's going to be close and people will be questioning how do the Spurs keep up with us?
Yeah.
Especially after what we did to the Suns. You know what I mean?
We were looking for a revenge game, right? That's was our Knicks fans' mentality. Going into that game, we were looking for a revenge game, and we got it in the first quarter, right? We got a taste of it in the first quarter. It's just they made it close for the rest of the game, and we didn't see the Knicks have that big of a lead throughout the rest of the game, and it made us panic, especially knowing that Greg Popovich is on the other side of that court. Right, not the young kids who are phenomenal. It's mostly Greg Popovich and being scared of that master of a coach that's over there. That was my concerns, right? But like Charlotte brought up in the watch along, right? Shout out to Charlotte also. But she brought it up in the watch along. What did Cam Reddish do to Tom Thibodeau? Did he date his niece or something? What did Cam Reddish do? Because I get frustrated seeing Evan Fournier out there, right? God bless him. God bless him. God bless his soul. God bless him as a player. The Knicks recap lost his mind when Evan Fournier was on the free throw line towards the end of the game. That was hilarious. But I just don't know what Cam Reddish do to be on the bad side of Tom Thibodeau.
I feel bad when you bring this topic up because I told you. And I know you're just trying to bait me into the conversation. I told you. No,
I'm not at all.
Do not speak of. I can't say his name. I can't. He is no longer on this team.
Cameron.
He's not on this team.
Cameron.
Enjoy the rest of the show, Hector.
No, but honestly, when it comes to Reddish, and I know this is a topic that you don't want to speak about, trade the man. Just get him off this team. If you're not gonna use him when you're using an 8 to 9 man rotation, when you actually need a small forward that's 6'7", 6'8", and has his wingspan and could shoot the three a little bit and defend, if you're not gonna play that type of small forward that we already need, trade the man, get him out of here so we could get someone that you're actually gonna use, right? Go get yourself a 6'1" small forward and put him in that position if you're gonna have Evan Fournier in that position. It makes no sense.
Yeah. I mean, I know you and I spoke about it the other day, and I think we talked about it a little bit in the watch along too, but I just feel like obviously, yeah, they're shopping, they're looking, but I feel like we might actually be the people that are holding back from making a trade. I know that people are like, what do you mean? And they're still seeing what we have. Right now, Obi, we just put him to the G League, right? He's starting to come back. I think they're kind of waiting to see, all right, let's get Obi back. Let's see what we got. So then they know exactly which pieces they want to go.
That was weird news that came out. Go ahead.
No, what weird news?
No. Go ahead. Finish speak. I was going to bring about the Obi topic going to the G League, but go ahead.
Yeah. But that's my thing, right? Because guys, as content people, we sit here, we watch things all day long, right? And you know what? Not just content, Knicks fans in general. I mean, guys, 3 weeks ago, the reports were IQ's on the trade block. That was 3 weeks ago. And now the reports are IQ ain't going nowhere. They see him as a piece of this team, right? So again, the basketball gods have made it to where Tibbs and them had no choice but to try all different things. I mean, literally, RJ is out because he got cut by Edward Scissorhands. Like, you can't plan that stuff, right? So with him being out, guys, Brunson's injury. So now it's like, oh, wait, IQ's good. Maybe we don't use him as the trade chip. So I feel like they're still doing the same thing with Obi to see what happens when he comes back. I told you, I'm going to be excited when I see the Obi Randle tandem together on the court.
Same.
I'm ready for it, bro. So I think that's what's kind of holding the thing back. And I'm so grateful for it because, guys, and Hector, tell me if I'm crazy. If things weren't like they are right now with the injuries and the he who we do not speak of that sits on the bench and all that stuff, I mean, we probably would have Levine on this team already. And I am not signing up for that. So I'm kind of glad that we're dealing with these headaches and still winning. Oh, SK, you see, we're always on the same side to this moment. Oh, boy. Hector.
Hold on, wait. Before we jump into anything else, shout out. Yeah, in about 3 to 4 minutes, we'll put the link out for the open panel at around 11:30. But Chris Joseph, Cam Reddish lost his minutes in overtime in Atlanta too. I don't get it. Maybe he doesn't practice hard. I've always liked him since college, so I would love to see him get a chance somewhere. Absolutely, Chris. Absolutely, 100%. I don't know what it is either. I was always a fan of Cam Reddish coming out of high school. His first year at Duke with Zion and RJ, then him going to Atlanta. I thought him and Trae Young and Kevin Huerter would be a trio, but it never turned out. He got relative to a bench row, regulated to a bench row, I should say.
All right, so Hector, jump into the next topic. I'm going to drop this in the chat. Let's do maybe we should call it something different today. Let's do the open SK panel.
Yeah, let's do that. But before you guys come onto the panel, you guys got to know there's some rules and regulations that have to go on. You got to be able to watch the language. We don't want to violate YouTube terms of services, so please no cursing. Also, as well, if somebody's giving a take, let them be respectful. You know, be respectful and let them finish their take before you cut them off and try to put your take into it as well. But the link's in the chat. You guys are welcome to jump onto the panel. We'll play our commercial to shout out to our sponsors, and we will be right back with the open panel, with the SK open panel. What it do, Nick Nation? What it do? KOD Universe, stand up, and all you DJs, wake up and get your coffee.
I'ma slam on these goats like I'm John Starks. I'ma slam on these goats like I'm John Starks. I'ma slam on these goats like I'm John Starks. I'ma slam on these goats like I'm John Starks.
Even like I'm John Starks. Boy, that feels
even when Phil is not on the show, he is on the show. Just like Kenny Payne just said, love that commercial. 100%. And that was all put together. That was all. Yeah, shout out to our sponsors, Homage, Madlib, and Villain. And that video was put together by Phil. Shout out to Phil for putting that video together. Phenomenal editing, phenomenal video, Phil. Appreciate that. 100%.
Chris Joseph, that line is a banger.
I'm a slam on these goats like I'm John Starks.
Link is in the chat. You want to jump up and talk, guys, on the panel? Let's do it. I want to talk about this, Hector.
Go ahead, baby.
Potential trade targets on the Raptors. That's the big article that came out yesterday and today, that the Knicks get an up-close look at the potential trade targets on the Raptors. Who are we looking at on the Raptors, bro? Or who are you looking at? Chat, who are we looking at? That they
First off, shout out to Carlos with a K in the chat. Carlos, what it do? And of course, my man Infamous Nuke King is in the building. Salute Knicks family, what it do? Infamous, what is good, baby? Me personally, when it comes to the Toronto Raptors, there's only one player that I will eye on their roster, and that's OG Anunoby. But the thing with OG, I've been a big fan of OG ever since he came into the league. He's been in the league for like 6 years, maybe 7. It feels like he's like a 10-year vet. But the thing about OG is that he can never stay healthy. He has injury histories, and it's just little lingering injuries when it comes to him jamming his finger, when it comes to him pulling a hammy, just little injuries, nothing major that he had to go under the knife for a surgery for, right? But it's still little injuries that causes him to lose time and not be healthy and not be on the court. You know, we always say the best ability is availability, right? And one thing about OG Anunoby, he has the defensive skills, right? He can knock down a 3-ball when he needs to knock down a 3-ball. The only thing is that he's not an alpha, he's not a dog, and he's not healthy. Those are the only concerns about OG Anunoby. But if I had to look at someone from that roster, it would be OG. Oh, you good over there, Jiggaman? You froze? You good?
Obviously,
oh, little froze.
Did it freeze?
Yeah, it froze a little bit.
All right,
little bit. There we go.
All right, keep going. I'm gonna switch it.
Metaverse King is in the chat. Metaverse King, what it do? Yeah, the trade season is upon us, right? It is upon us, right? There you go. You back?
Yo, am I back?
Yeah, you back. There we go.
Good?
Back in the New York groove. Because
yeah. All right, so back to the Raptors, bro. I mean, they've lost 13 of the last 18, right? So obviously, you got to feel like they're in that. We're gonna get rid of whoever we want to get rid of at this point. You got to feel that way, right? I find it hard to call an audition against us because last time we played, I'm pretty sure there was a guy that went off on us who went bananas, and I'm hoping we don't see that again tonight. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just feel like every team we play, every article is. We've got a trade target right here that's going to audition for the New York Knicks tonight.
Oh, we got someone backstage, Eric Wallace. Before we bring him in, Uncle Foxy is in the building. Stephen Fox, what it do? Salute Heck, salute Jigga, the KMD, Knicks Morning Brew, KOD family. He said, yo, what do y'all think about adding Saddiq Bey to play some more off the bench with IQ and Obi? Trade them. Cam and listen, I love Saddiq Bey, and that's a player that Phil has talked about a bunch of times. Saddiq Bey, phenomenal defender. Like you see what I said about OG not being a dog. Saddiq Bey is a dog. That's a guy that if he's on your team, you want him to have your back down an alleyway, right? That's who Saddiq Bey is, and 100% I would love Saddiq Bey on this team. But I'm gonna bring in Eric Wallace. You hear me, baby? EY.
Yes,
What it do, brother? Salute to you. Happy good morning. And also a happy new year, brother.
Oh, you too, buddy. How y'all doing today?
Doing excellent,
good,
bro.
Eric.
Doing excellent, bro. I see you at work. How's work going, bro?
Going good.
Nice.
So
nice.
what are we thinking, Eric? Is there somebody on the Raptors you think the Knicks should be looking at tonight?
Maybe Lowry.
Okay. How about you, Eric? Have you put your votes yet in for Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson? Are you gonna help us out with that, Eric?
Not yet, but I will.
Get it together, Eric. Get it together.
That's my guy, Eric. Eric, hold on. I'm gonna keep you backstage while we bring up our next guest. All right, EY?
Wait. This guy made it very clear. He is not a guest. He is a regular on our open panel staple.
He is a staple.
The Smoking Nick. What
he
up,
is a
SK?
staple with us. SK, what it do, baby? SK,
Salute.
Can you hear us, bro?
Salute.
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. What's good, my guy?
All right. Salute. I might not be as loud. I'm at work as well. But salute to Phil. Salute to my man Heck. You know what I mean? Project Nerd. And salute to my Jigga. You know what I mean? You already know what time it is. Man, stop with all the slander. Stop with all the hate, bruh. We already know what time it is. Obi has no spot here. He needs to go. You heard? Know what I mean? He's in the way, whether you like it or not. And stop acting like I'm some open panel guy. When I ask for the chat, send me the link.
SK,
Listen,
you
SK,
already know,
we
bro.
always
You
send it
family,
for you
my
on
guy.
Friday.
SK,
me
you
the
know
link,
you family,
man.
my guy. You know you family, my guy.
Now
But
you
yeah,
already
shout
know
out
we tapped in. We tapped in for sure.
100%, 100%. That's why I
No,
always
but
say,
SK,
listen, if you guys
I
aren't following the Smoking Nick, the late night chats with SK, make sure you tune in to SK and his late night chats. He has my guy
I
Shy
appreciate you.
Legacy be on the panel. My brother Shy
I
Legacy.
appreciate you.
Make sure you tap into my man SK. Of course, SK, you know we fan, brother.
Facts.
now SK,
But real talk, man. I need
Mhm.
some respect on my boy name, bro. I need all this slander, all this trade talk, all these fake